Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel that is still a learner. So today in this video we are going to discuss 10th class English Unit 5 workbook answers. Okay, this Unit 5 entire workbook answers we are going to see here in this video. Okay, without wasting any time, let's get into the video. Let's see what is given in the let's begin part. In the Glimpse of India First Flight Class 10 textbook NCRT, you have read about interesting people and places. India is a place of diversity in terms of culture, language, food, tradition, etc. There are many stories unknown to us about the way of life of people. Work in a groups of 4 and find out about the following in any 5 Indian states. Okay, here 4 points are given. So what is this means? So in the lesson Glimpse of India, we have covered 3 subunits. One is a baker from Goa, second one is Skog, and third one is tea from Assam. Okay, from these 3 we have covered, means we have seen interesting people and interesting places. Okay, so this is all about our country, which is India. So India is a country of diversity means different, means you can see the variety of culture, language, food, tradition, etc. So here this is a student activity, you need to do it. So for that you have to make a group of 4 or 5 students and you have to select any 5 states, and for that you have to do these 4 subheadings, means they regional cuisine is nothing but their dishes. Okay, so second one is dance form and music, and next art form and any other information. You have to mark these 5 states on the map and represent entire information and the highlighting interesting fact about those states, and please submit to your class. Okay, so let's see the next one, which is reading comprehension. Okay, here passage is given about Parsi community in India and their food. Means here the following passage is an excerpt. Excerpt is nothing but which is taken from Parsi community which is in India and about their food. Okay, you just go through this entire passage. Here I am not going to explain you in detail, because if I explain, this video will be so lengthy guys. That's why I don't want to waste the time. I know your teacher, means your English teacher, had already explained you about this. Okay, we'll just cover the answer of this entire, means of this entire unit. Okay, so here I would like to tell you something guys. Please from now onwards you just read the articles, means articles given in the newspaper, and try to understand by yourself. Okay, if you do this all these type of activities, then it's easy for you when you reach the public examination, because in the examination they will give you these type of unknown passages. Okay, at that time no one is there for you to explain. That's why please try to read and understand. Okay, if you read and understand, then only you will be able to answer the given following questions. Okay, here also see these type of questions will be given. If you understand the passage, then only you will be able to get the full marks for this type of reading comprehension passages. Okay, let's see. So here for this passage we have given 3 questions. Okay, so first question is divided into 4 sub questions, and second question is divided into 6 sub questions, and last one is tick the correct one. Let's see each. So the first question is infer the meaning of the following expression. Here some expressions are given. For that expression we need to write what is the meaning of that particular expression. Okay, so first one is Navrozji would cajole Parsi visitors of the train. So the meaning of this expression is Navrozji requested or persuaded the Parsi visitors to get down from the train and go with him to his house in Old Delhi. Okay, let's see the second one. Jerbai would occasionally object to unknown visitors. She was always overruled. So, the meaning of this is Jerbai did not like the unknown visitors in her home. She was against this practice, but she was silenced by Navrozji. Okay, so third one is, continuation of outside catering was unheard of. So it means eating outside in a hotel or dhaba was not practiced then. People ate home made food only. Okay, let's see the fourth one, which is I gained a healthy respect for my dainty grandmother. Answer: Matilda making is an exhaustive exercise. When the author, under the supervision of her grandmother, made it, she could not move her arms for 2 days. Seeing this exhaustion involved in it, she developed a particular kind of respect for her grandmother who made it frequently. Okay, guys, this is the answer for this. Now we'll move to the second question, which is so answer the following questions. So first question is Awaji Awo Ao. Welcome to Delhi. Let me show you my beautiful city. Who said this and why? Answer is Navrozji used to say this on the old Delhi railway platform in order to take Parsi visitors home. Second question: why were Jerbai's argument always overruled? Answer: Jerbai's argument were overruled by Navrozji because he was intensely inclined to pursue or request them to settle in Old Delhi. Third question: why do you think outside catering was unheard of? Answer: people might be having plenty of time to cook and eat. Hotels might be few in service. They possess scant money. Maybe they thought homemade food was more healthy and hygienic. Okay, guys. Now see the fourth question, which is according to the writer, what kind of life has almost gone forever? Answer for this is during festive gatherings, women went to town with food. They fed the poorer community, but their members never could conjecture who had paid for what. This tradition or the way of life has almost gone forever. Let's see the fifth question, which is what has made the writer more respectful for her grandmother? Answer: Malido making was an exhaustive exercise which grandmother, out of love for children, undertaken. When the author made it, her arms became rigid for 2 days. Realization of the difficulties in making Malido made the writer more respectful to her grandmother. Okay, next sixth question is what was special about the tea time in writer's home? Answer: tea time was special at the author's home. Grandmother had made it a point to dress for tea. Once they were ready, out came the treats. Okay, guys, now we'll see the third question, which is tick the correct answer. Here, one expression is given. For that, which option is correct, that one we have to tick it, or else we have to cross that. Okay, let's see. What is an exhausting exercise? A. Preparing for the festival, which is wrong. B. Traveling from Mumbai to Peshawar, wrong. Third one, writing about Percy in Old Delhi. Wrong. Third one, cooking malido, the Parsi style halwa, which is right. Okay, guys. Now we'll see the fourth question, which is make a list of Parsi delicacies as mentioned in the passage. A few are given above. You can add more to the list. Find the words for mitu dahi in your language. Okay, guys. Before going to read the answer, let me tell you that the words which I am going to read now, okay, that are somewhat difficult to pronounce. Okay, I know that you might also find it difficult to pronounce. Okay, let's see the answer. List of Parsi delicacies. Patarani Machi, Dansak, Lagannu custard, Ravo, Parsi Malido, Darni Puri, Sev, Semolina pudding, Mithu dahi, Buffalaida, hard boiled eggs, Keema kaleji, mutton mince with liver, Samori dal, chawal, Machina pitoi, fish curry, Parsi biscuits, Batasa, naan, katai, flaky khari, patril, rolled steamed arbi leaves, kumas, Parsi cake, bhakhara, sweet deep fried donuts. Okay, guys, this is the answer for this question. Now we'll move to the second text, which is here also we have given one reading comprehension from our lesson. Okay, which is about the cog and the tea from Assam. Okay, you have already listened it in the class, your teacher while explaining you the lesson glimpse of India. Okay, now we'll see only the answers for this. Okay, so here for this passage we have given these questions. Okay, how many questions are given? Let's see. For this passage, we have given one, two, three, and four. I think four questions are given. Let's see the answer for each. So, the very first question is infer the meaning of the following. First one, traverses an unusual trajectory. Answer, it means that the story of Araku Valley does not move in a straight line. Instead, it moves through different points of concern. Second one, the drive to far flung coffee estates. Answer, it means that a journey by car to coffee estate which are located in the remotest part of the land is cumbersome. Third question, densely forested hills. Answer, it means that the hills there are thickly afforested. Many trees of many kinds are there to behold. Fourth one, village clusters. Answer, it means that the village there are in groups surrounded by forest. Okay, guys, let's see the second question, which is find words from the text which means the following. Okay, so first one is in a place that is hidden. It is taken from paragraph 1, which means tucked away. Second one, distant or remote, taken from paragraph 2, which means far flung. Third one, to improve the quality or flavor of something, taken from paragraph 4, which means enriched. Fourth one, a smell, specially a pleasant one, taken from paragraph 4, which means flavor. Let's see the third question, which is answer the following questions. First question is what is unique about the Araku Valley as stated in paragraph 1? Answer is the unique thing is that the story of Araku Valley traverses an unusual trajectory through Adivasi empowerment, hot air balloons, and some of the best coffee in the world. Second question, where is Araku Valley? Answer, Araku Valley located at about 1200 meters above sea level. The valley is tucked away in the northeastern corner of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, guys, let's see the third question, which is underline and write below the sentences words and expressions which indicate that Araku coffee has moved ahead of being the only means of livelihood. So, answer is some lines are so, first one, the name Araku was chosen for the coffee for its being poetic. Second point, the journey of Araku coffee from a livelihood initiative to the globally appreciated product. Okay, guys, these lines indicate that Araku Valley has moved ahead of being the only means of livelihood. Okay, let's see the fourth question, which is state a historical fact about the coffee in the valley. Answer, the Araku coffee is a brand that works with 517 villagers and 10,986 farmers. Okay, so fifth question is there are specific terms being used in the passage for the cultivation of coffee, for example terrace farms, biodynamic farming, etc. Find more such terms and their meanings. Okay, let's see. Words are biodynamic, entrepreneur, terrorize, trajectory, traverses, tugged, etc. Okay, so this is the answer. Now we'll move to the fourth question, which is the expression sapling to savoring in paragraph 4 means. Take the correct answer. Okay, here you are given some sentences. Which one is right? That one you have to put it right or else put tick mark. So A, coffee plants are taken care of from the stage of plantation till its beans are ready for an enjoyable cup of coffee, which is right. Second one, coffee saplings are very delicate. Hence, a lot of care is being taken of them. So, which is false. Okay. So first one is right, second one is wrong. Let's see the third one, which is the growth of coffee plants is dependent on shady trees, which is wrong. Fourth one, coffee plant can give a cup of enjoyable coffee, which is wrong. Okay, so tick mark, then wrong, wrong, and then wrong. Okay, now we'll move to the next part, which is a vocabulary part. Let's see the question, which is here we have given match the following. Okay, A column and B column. So what we have to match? We have to match the sounds in column A to column B. Okay, one example is given, which is rustling of leaves. Let's see. First one, shuffling of feet, then striking of a match, then puffing of the wind, then clanking of chains, then sighing of an engine, then rustling of leaves, then banging of the door, then gurgling of water, then howling of hyenas. Okay, so these are the answer. Now we'll see the next one, which is a grammar part. Here we have given a grammar part. We need to answer this. Here two questions are given. Okay, let's see each one by one. So the question is, you have read about ing and ed adjectives in the textbook. The first flight, page number 97. Read it again to understand how these adjectives are used. There are also the present participle, which means ing form, and past participle, which is ed forms of the verbs, and are used as adjective. Read the following sentences to know this. Okay. So let me tell you what is an adjective. We all know adjective is the word that qualifies noun or pronoun. Okay, which tells something about noun. Okay, that is what adjectives are. Sometimes the verb, if we add ing to the verb or else ed to the verb, it will become an adjective. We all know this. Okay, here four examples, four sentences are given. Let's see this. Rita gave me welcoming cup of coffee. If there was welcome, then it will be a verb. Here for welcome we have added ing, then this welcoming will become an adjective. Okay, let's see the second sentence. Her performance in the test was pleasing. If there was a please, then it will be a verb. Here ing is added, that's why it become an adjective. Okay, third sentence, she appeared delighted with the gift. Here delighted is an adjective. Why? Because we have added ed, which is a past participle to delight word. Okay, fourth one is the bored students became restless. Here bored is an adjective. So like that, here we have given some sentences and we need to fill it with an particular adjective of past participle. Okay, and also we have given hints here, means the options, okay, which are in verb forms. Now we have to change it into a past participle, means we have to add ed to the given words and fill it wherever necessary in the blank. Okay, let's see. First one is people demonstrated against the changes proposed. Second one, the loud cheer went up from the students unwatched. Third one, after the editor read the article, she checked all the examples used. Fourth one, rub the antiseptic cream in the infected area. Fifth one, my wallet was among the things taken. Sixth one, Cyclone Fani was a frightening experience. Okay, guys, these are the answers for this first question. Now we'll see the second question, which is rewrite in the past tense of the following excerpt from the Glimpse of India and check your answer with a partner. Okay, here one paragraph is given from your lesson Glimpse of India. Okay, but this passage is in present tense. Now what we have to do, we have to change it in the past tense. Okay, wherever the helping verbs are there and the verbs are there, that one you have to change it into a past tense, means v2 form you have to use. I will tell you what are the changes. Okay, I will underline all the present tense, that one you have to change. After changing, you need to rewrite the entire paragraph. Okay, let's see this. These are all you have to change. Okay, so are should be changed to were, then keep to kept, do to did, bring to bought, then lead to let, is to was, are to were, and wait to waited. Okay, so after changing, this is the answer. Okay, after writing this one, you have to write the entire paragraph. Here also I am underlining the word which I have changed to past tense. Okay, so that it is easy for you to understand. Okay, please pause the video and write it, guys, without any mistake. Okay, this type of questions will be asked you in the exam. Okay, now we'll see the editing part. So guys, this is the editing part. Okay, here you have given one passage and now you have to edit this entire passage. So let's see what is the actual question is and what changes we need to do. So question is, some words have been wrongly spelled in the paragraph given below. Correct the words and read the paragraph aloud. So the paragraph title is The Valley of Flowers. So in this paragraph, we have some mistakes, wrongly spelled words. That one we need to correct. Okay, the journey of the Valley of Flowers begins about 16 kilometers away from Joshimat at Govind Ghat, 1770 meters on the Rishikesh Bradrinath Highway. Here highway is the wrong word. So the correct word is highway. Okay, likewise, we need to find out all the wrongly spelt words from the passage and then we have to write the correct words in the paragraph. Okay, guys, this is the work. In the question, they didn't ask you to rewrite the passage again. That's why no need to write down the passage again. Just incorrect word should be underlined and just change that incorrect way into a correct way by writing above the incorrect word. Okay, so this one you have to do. Now we'll move to the next part, which is a listening part. So here in this listening part, we have given a passage from our lesson, which is a glimpse of India. Now what you have to do, you have to ask your teacher or your classmate means your friend, to read this passage for you. Okay, while they were reading, you need to listen to it very carefully and write down, means you have to note down the key points from the passage what you listened while your friend is reading. Okay, that key points, with the help of those key points, you need to summarize a paragraph. Okay, you need to make a paragraph by using that key points. This is the activity for you, which is a listening activity, guys. Let's see the answer. So during our childhood, the baker. So the key points are, was friend, companion, and guide. Who is a friend, companion, and guide? The baker. Okay. Then visited twice a day. Then jingling third of his bamboo woke up. Then we surrounded him for bread bangles. Next point is made a musical entry. Next, greeted the lady with good morning. Then pushed aside the kids. After that, delivered loaves to servants. Then, eager and impatient, we climbed a bench or the parapet. Then, delivered loaves for elders and bangles for children. And last point is, we did not brush our teeth, ate bangles. Okay, with the help of this, you need to make a paragraph. Let's see. During our childhood, the baker was our friend, companion, and guide because he delivered us bread bangles. He visited our place twice a day. He made a musical entry and greeted the ladies with a good morning. He delivered the loaves to elders and bangles to children. In impatience, we did not brush our teeth and ate the bangles, means bangle breads. After all, the tiger too never brushes his teeth. Here is the India map in which Andhra Pradesh state is highlighted, where you have shown some districts. Okay, it's just a graphical representation, map not to scale. Okay, so just see it carefully. Okay, guys, now we'll move to the next part, which is a speaking part. Let's see what is given in this. Excursions give opportunities to explore nature, places of historical interest, etc. Tourists are interested in meeting people, understanding their culture, and enjoying the variety in food. The Indian Railway have recently introduced glass Vistadome coach in train to provide a delightful traveling experience to picturesque valley of Araku in Vishakhapatnam. In a group of four, discuss a plan to budget a trip to Araku Valley. You may keep the following points in mind while planning. Okay, so find the location, calculate the cost of stay, search for an economic and safe accommodation, find out the modes of transports. Okay, so which means here now you have to speak about an excursion where you have planned a trip to go. So you and your friends planned for a trip to go and visit that Araku Valley, which is in Vishakhapatnam, in a railway of Vistadome coach. Now recently railway has introduced a glass Vistadome coach where you can see a broad window from where you closely experience the nature. I will show you the picture here. So this is the train recently introduced. Okay, so in this train you just plan a trip, and what you have to keep in mind while planning, you have to find out the location and accessibility to the places to visit, then calculate the cost of stay where you can stay, then search for economic and safe place, and find out the modes of transport and booking. Okay, these one you have to plan, and after coming back then you have to speak about this. Okay, so let's see the answer for this by covering all these 4 points. So first side heading is location. Araku Valley is a hill station in Vishakhapatnam district in India, state of Andhra Pradesh, lies 111 km west of Vishakhapatnam. This place is often referred to as the Ooty of Andhra. It is a valley in the eastern Ghats inhabited by different tribes. Next side heading is places to visit. INS Kurusura Submarine Museum, Bora Caves, Simhachalam Temple, Kailasgiri Park, Ramakrishna Beach, Araku Valley, Dushikonda Beach, Yarada Beach, Dolphin's Nose, Buddha Park, Sri Krishna Mahalakshmi Temple, Kotapalli Waterfalls, Kondakarla Ava Beach, Bhimunipatnam Beach, Matsya Darshini Aquarium, Katiki Falls, Shivaji Park, etc. Next side heading is per head cost of stay. Rupees 1750 per night, which is a cheapest. Okay, next last side heading is modes of transport and booking. So train is the mode of transport and booking can be done online. Okay, this is the answer for this. Now we'll see the second question, which is try repeating some of these tongue twisters. Okay, here 5 tongue twisters are given. Just try to repeat it. Okay, first one is pre-shrunk shirts. Second one, 6 slim, slick, slender saplings. Third one, the sixth shakes, sixth sheep sick. Fourth one, tie twine to 3 twigs. And last one is double bubble gum bubbles double. Okay, I have read only once. You just try to repeat for 3 to 4 times. Okay guys, now we'll move to the next Roman, which is a writing part. Okay guys, so let's see this. How many questions are given? So we have given 3 questions in this writing part. Let's see each one by one and answer them. Okay, so first question is infer the meaning of the following expressions in the passage on Parsi community. Avoji Avo, welcome to Delhi. So from the lesson Avoji Avo, welcome to Delhi. So in this we have some expressions like length and breadth, chugged into, watch for, long gone, out came the trees. Okay, so now what we have to do, now write an account of a travel by train using this expression. Describe the journey by giving details of distance, booking of tickets, facilities available and suggestion for improvement. You can add pictures of places, people, etc. Okay, let me explain you this. So, from the passage Avoji Avo Welcome to Delhi, we have come across some expressions. Here, five expressions are given. First of all, we need to write down the meaning of these particular given five expressions. After that, we need to write a travel to journey, means account of a travel to journey by using all these five expressions in our paragraph writing. Okay, and that too you may add the pictures of places, people, etc. Okay, let's see the answer for this. Aoji ao ao. Here aoji means please come, then ao ao means come. You are welcome in Delhi. Okay, this is the meaning. Then length and breadth meaning is the whole extent of, means the entire platform. Then chugged into means move into or else enter. Next, watch for means confirm a truth or appropriacy. Next, long gone means something that is gone long ago. Next, last one, out came the treats. Grandmother bought on the table many delicious things to eat. Okay, let's see an account of a travel by train. From Pathankot to Mrinda station HP, it is around 60 kilometers journey in length and breadth. Hardly had I reached the station when the tall train chugged into the platform. I got into it. Although I cannot vote for total comfort in the train, I am assured no one can feel boredom because picturesque land around is replete with forest, and at every other station there were hawkers and vendors to fetch all you need. When the train crossed the borders of the Punjab and entered into Himachal Pradesh, I could not notice due to my deep involvement in outside scenery. Long gone were the hustle and the bustle of the Punjab, and the serenity and the tranquility were spread all over. I reached my sister's house and got fresh. Then out came the treats with a steeping cup of coffee. I felt I am in heaven. Next paragraph. Palampu is a beautiful place where mountains peak at a distance remain covered with snow always. It takes 6 hours to reach there from Pathankot. Ticket booking is similar to the ordinary train ticket booking. So far, the facilities are concerned, one can book a ticket in the first class compartment. Rest everything is the same. The railways should come up with some good trains which run faster and look nicer. A waiting hall should be constructed there for the passengers. Okay, this is all about this answer. Okay, guys, let's see the second question, which is, and the question is, write an advertisement for your favorite tea or coffee. Okay, here we have to write down an advertisement for our favorite tea. If tea is your favorite, then write down about tea. If coffee is your favorite, then write down about coffee. Okay, here I will give you a poster for this. Let's see. So guys, this is the poster for you for your advertisement. Okay, so in the same way you have to write it down. Okay, please pause the video and write it down without any mistakes. Okay, finished. I mean, have you understood? Okay, now we'll move to the third question of our writing part, which is, so the question is, you have read about breads and bakers in Goa first flight 10th class. Okay, right? We have read about this. Okay, here one passage is given in which we are telling about the famous traditional breads are there in Kashmir as well. Okay, so they will start with a cup of tea along with a crispy fresh bread. Okay, so about Kashmir also we have given where breads are very famous. Okay, here some list of breads are given which are famous in Kashmir. Okay, that one we have to read, and then what we have to do, so now collect information about breads, parathas, rotis in different parts of country. Now we have to collect information about breads, parathas, rotis in different parts of our country, which is India. Okay, after that we need to talk this about with our peers, friends, parents, grandmothers, whoever we know, we to the all of them we need to talk about it. Okay, with the help of internet you just collect all the information, pictures, and write a few sentences about each bread based on the information you gathered. Okay, let's see the answer for this, guys. Okay, So the answer for this is firstly, information collected about breads, rotis, and parathas, which is a side heading. So it is most often made from wheat flour cooked on a flat or slightly concave iron griddle called tawa. Traditionally, rotis have also been made from the flour of millet, corn, jowar, and even rice. Like breads around the world, roti is a staple accompaniment to other foods. Parathas are similar to rotis. They are sometimes stuffed with vegetables. Okay, next point is variations. Chapatis, makki di roti, rumali roti, tandoori roti, wrap roti. Next main ingredients are atta, which is a wheat flour. Next, place of origin, India subcontinent. Next, different types of breads prevalent in India. Okay, so first is roti. The roti that we eat daily is a kind of bread which is made from wheat flour mainly. Second one, puri. This is too a bread. It is made on happy occasions. Puri is a unleavened and made with whole wheat dough and is deep fried. Next one, luchi. This is almost like puri. It is more popular in Bengal and uses refined flour instead of whole wheat flour. Okay. Next one is paratha. Paratha separates into layers. Its shapes differ. Some of them are stuffed with veggies to meat. Next one is naan. This is soft, spongy leavened bread which came to India from Central Asia. It is cooked in tandoor. Milk instead of water is used to knead the dough. Next one is kulcha. It is Punjabi's variation of naan. It is a leavened flat bread made with refined flour and cooked in tandoor. Okay, next one is appam. This is a South Indian flat bread made with rice and coconut milk batter. It has several variations. Next one is bhatur. Deep fried and served with chole. This leavened bread is crispy and much larger in size than puri. Next one is puranpur. A popular Marathisian delicacy is a kind of paratha stuffed with chana dal, jaggery, and coconut mixture and then cooked with ghee. Next one is shirmal, an inseparable part of traditional Awadhi and Nizami cuisine. Shirmal is a leavened bread cooked in tandoor. It is flavored with saffron and has a mildly sweet taste. Next one is bakhar khani. It is a leavened bread and has a biscuit like texture. It is mildly spiced, is sweet and flavored with saffron. It is a part of Eid celebrations. Next one is pathiri. This white thin pancake made with rice flour is popular with Malabari Muslims and is an essential part of iftar during Ramadan. Okay, so next one is parota. Okay, guys, from here you just go through all the lines, pause the video, and write it down because already 37 minutes is over for this. Okay, now last we'll see which is a project part. Just see the question. Before seeing the question, let me tell you guys, project work is also very important for you. I know you don't have the space in your workbook. Please try to write it down somewhere else in your class notes or else any separate notes for projects. Okay, all the projects should be covered. Okay, I will give you the answer for this. If you like it, then you just write it down, copy paste the same, or else you just search the internet and find the appropriate information regarding the given topic and write it down. Okay, let's see the question. The Frontal Mail. The train mentioned in the passage on the Parsi community was the prestigious and luxurious train, which was flagged off in 1928 from Bombay to Peshawar. It was the fastest train known for its punctuality. It covered the distance of 2,335 kilometers in record time of 72 hours. Okay, guys, here the picture. This is the picture of Frontier Mail. In those days, means 1928, this was the train which is a luxurious and a fashionable train to travel from Mumbai to Peshawar. Okay, So now days has changed. Now what you have to do, you have to write down about Indian railways. After the independence, our railway has bring a lot of transformation in railways. Okay, by using electrification to high speed, like that, whatever when compared to this train. Now you have to collect information about Indian railway, that is about vintage, royal and luxurious train in India, and at the same time you need to collect the pictures and prepare a write up. Okay guys, have you understood? Now let's see the answer for this. So the answer is, first side heading is a write up on Indian railways. So just paste the picture, then you just go through the information whatever I have given you here. Okay, one by one, each line by line, because I'm not going to read it here. Please pause the video and write it down by yourself, guys. And if you have any doubt, just comment me below without any hesitation, and please do join me on WhatsApp and Telegram. Okay, and I hope this video is very very helpful for you. Please do share with your friends, and don't forget to hit the like button also, and do subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care, guys. Allah Hafiz. Hey guys, please don't go. Still, the paragraphs are there and the pictures are also there. Okay, I'm just ending up my talk here, but please you don't go up. Watch till the end. Okay, so please cover all the side headings, pictures, and at the same time paragraphs also. Okay, once again I'm telling you, please do like it. If you like it, then only my video will reach, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you once again.